certain urgent meeting, we couldn't complete our session. So if you remember,
Sir, your voice is not clear.
so now is it fine? Hello?
No, sir.
Your voice is
Still not.
breaking.
Okay, so what I'll do, I believe internet may be issue. So I'm stopping my video. So now voice is fine? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Now, is it relatively better?
No, sir. Not so much.
No, sir, it is the same.
Is it cracking? Hello?
Sir, it
Sir,
is
it is-
low and breaking.
I'm using lag. I don't know what could be possible reason. Now, can you hear me properly?
Sir, it is breaking in between.
Is there any way I can check sound quality?
Sorry, your voice is breaking, sir.
I'm just trying to figure it out why this is happening. Now, is it better?
Sir, only little better.
Sir, it is still breaking a lot. Like we cannot hear you properly.
Okay, can you hear me now? Hello?
Sir, no.
Hello? Is it better?
Yes, sir. Now it's fine.
Yes, sir, now it is better.
Hello?
Hello? Yes, sir, now it is better.
Yes, sir, it's better now.
Hello?
It is fine, sir. Now.
Yes, sir, it is fine. Powering on.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Now it is clear.
Now is it better?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, it is better.
Yes, sir. Okay, so I guess there is some issue with the
Yes, sir.
microphone as well as internet speed. And can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you remember last week we started introduction part of our course, and in that we already covered more or less financial system. So quickly I'll go through in case we have missed any of these discussion. So this is we talk about how Indian companies raise capital over the period of time. So in this we have seen this using the prime database, how companies have gone into the market over last 2 decades and raised capital. And then we have talked about what are the various industries, how they are sensitive with respect to business risk and their importance in Indian economy. Then we talk about financial system. We talk about what are the what are the prerequisites. So we talked about what are the prerequisites for efficient financial system, why it is required. Then we talk about two type of financial system. One where bank is playing important role, and another is where system is market based. this is what we talked, and then we compared which one is better. We also had a discussion what type of financial system in India we have. So if you remember, we discuss about banking versus market-based financial system, and we have seen that we are somewhere in between. We have moved from banking to somewhere to market-based financial system, and this is how Indian financial system looks like, more or less across the world. This kind of setup, this kind of framework you will find. But again, how you classify? You classify based on organized versus non-organized or informal financial system, or you classify based on instrument. It depends upon how you classify, but more or less across the world, this kind of financial system you will find. Then how what major role important this financial system works. We have seen that basically the moving the resources. This is what important function financial system does. Like here, considering the primary market, what we see that companies need, they are the fund user, and the fund supplier is the household, or we can call individuals. And these individuals, through their savings, through their investment, they supply money to these corporations, and these corporations supply certain assets like stocks or other instruments they supply. Otherwise this transaction will be incomplete. And same way in secondary market, when shares are issued, economic agent are people who want to sell and in people who want to buy. So these two type of parties, they interact and they perform this kind of borrowing and lending kind of activity. So what we see majorly that financial system provides you a robust mechanism through which person who is requiring resources, that resource could be anything, like when we talk about leasing, hiring. So user is trying to get certain resources from the supplier, and that system provides a robust platform for that. And that's what financial system is all about. And this we have also discussed, rather than individual investor, this is financial institution, because financial institutions are you can call large bigger size investor or individual who provide resources to users of resources. So this is how we have seen that financial institution could be broker, or sometimes financial institution, what they do, they convert asset class, or they create some transform assets, and then they trade those assets. So both type of institutions basically we can call FIs. And here you can see that how cash or assets, this is basically your assets and cash are move from user to user of fund to supplier of fund, and other way cash is transferred from supplier to user of the fund. So here role of financial institution, you can see, you can think about banks. So if bank we are considering financial institution, so as a supplier, when you create account or when you deposit your surplus money in the bank, so that becomes resource, and that resource generally, if bank as a financial institution, they provide to borrowers, and then borrower they pay certain interest to the bank, and at the same time as a financial claim, your interest component that you earn on saving becomes kind of a payoff for your deposit. So this is how, and financial institution as a bank, we can take and try to relate how user of the fund and supplier of the fund are connected through entire system. And these are the major function. If you remember quickly, we will see when we say savings system, when financial system is robust, everyone would be motivated, because if you think about a banking system, for example, if rule regulations are very transparent, banking system is strong, it provides security to the supplier of the fund. At the same time, it also ensures that borrowers are not going to default. In that case, if investor would definitely prefer to deposit certain savings in the bank, assuming that interest rates are up to is good enough to keep investor happy. So in that case, saving is one of the function that is addressed when financial system is robust and it is ensuring the borrower and supplier of the fund up to large extent. Second point is liquidity. Whenever a company requires capital, or whenever the person who has deposited money, because liquidity can be both sides. So this is if we look at from borrower side, and here this is your supplier side. And as an institution here, if we assume that we have bank, so when we talk about liquidity, bank has to ensure that capital is available or fund is available for both the parties. When depositor want to withdraw, so when he is withdrawing, there should be enough capital, and when any corporation or borrower is borrowing, there is enough supply, means enough capital is there that can be given to this person. Because if we thought of a company or a corporation, and corporation is looking for capital and approach to the bank, and bank say we don't have money to support your investment plan or to provide you capital. So in that case, various economic activities are going to be affected, and that's why so this is the role of financial system to ensure that there are enough capital for both for provide supplier as well as your buyer. Payment system, because payment system is also part of financial system. It should be financial system should be capable enough to ensure proper payment system. At the same time, risk function, because always in whether it's investment risk or whether it is risk for the supplier or risk for the borrower, financial system must ensure that risk is going to be addressed, or it is going to be minimized by designing the financial system, by keeping certain checkpoints, by keeping some additional collateral from the borrower, or keeping some kind of contract or agreement from the supplier, so that risk is going to be minimized. And that can only happen when financial system is robust enough to perform this kind of role. And finally, this credit function. So when we say credit could be, you can think about providing capital on certain condition. For example, when we use credit card, this is a credit system. At the same time, when we take a loan is also, we also call it as a credit function of bank, because on certain term and condition, bank is giving you access to capital. And of course, there will be certain condition that you'll be paying certain interest on borrowed amount. So, but the function is here is the credit function. Credit facility should be available, because unless credit facility is available, it would be difficult for borrower to to function properly. So that's why credit is another function of financial system. And when we talk about, already we have seen, if you look at that diagram where we talked about Indian financial system, all these were the component: assets, then financial market, intermediaries, regulatory body. So in this semester, our entire focus would be to understand all these various components. So that would be our ultimate objective. So when we talk about financial market, you can easily relate what is the financial market. Basically, financial market ensures the proper allocation of fund. You can think about NSE or BSE, because most of you must be aware of these institutions. At the same time, banking system is also a kind of financial market, because within the banking system, when banks are falling short, we will talk about more in detail when we discuss about the bank. So NSE and BSE, most of you would be aware of how trading happens in general and how assets are allocated. So basically what is happening? Allocation of fund is happening through these markets, and these markets are allowing to interact financial institutions, and you can also call financial institution, financial intermediaries, and at the same time, how it is happening? It is happening through various assets or some other resources. Why I'm saying other resources? Because when we talk about insurance, insurance is also a kind of resource. You pay premium, you get certain assets. So that kind of asset we can call other resources. When we talk about assets, basically in asset we are talking about equity, or you can call share, you can call bond or debenture. So these kind of assets that in general we talk about are basically part of this institution. So, and in general, what is our prime objective? Of course, we have various institutions, various instruments, various suppliers, various borrowers. But ultimately, what we want to achieve is economic development. And for economic development, what we need a robust financial system. If you don't have financial system, your major functioning, your savings and borrowings cannot happen. And the major challenge here is how we can define efficiency of financial system, because as we are moving forward, the complexity and type of assets that are being created are keep changing. So it is always challenge for any government or in any any economic boundary to develop efficient financial system. So there are various ways you can put lots of restriction. You can keep various checkpoints, but when we creating more and more checkpoint, it may delay these processes of encouraging saving and process of extending credit to the borrower. So that's why, so there should be effective management of all these components of financial system to ensure that at the end your economic development is happening. Because if it is not happening, it means there is not proper allocation of resources, and that is not happening because of either because of non-availability of effective financial institution or savings. If you remember various functions, savings are not encouraged. Savings are not there means banks don't have money to lend to the borrower. Or when we talk about market, if market is not transparent, people are not happy with the performance of equity market or debt market, and they don't have trust, they won't invest. If they are not investing at the end, borrowing is going to be affected. If borrowing is getting affected, investment won't happen. If investment is not happening, then ultimately it will impact to economy at large. So this is what we should know about financial system and why financial system is important and what are the major functions financial system perform to achieve a good economic development. And if you just go and look at there is a paper by Levin and Zervos, it's American Economic Review. So what they have seen, they said that when economy is because any country, when we take economy over the period of time, definitely it will keep on increasing. You can talk about GDP, you can talk about various economic activity. It is not going, if it is constant, it means nothing is happening. So what they have found that when over the period of time, if I plot here, let's say time, and here you can talk about size of economy. Size means you can think about GDP or some other proxy. So what they have found, when economy is expanding over the period of time, they found that banking system should also go in similar fashion. Why? Because unless your banking systems are strong, or you can in general call financial institution, if these institutions are not following the actual requirement of economy cannot sustain. And that's what they said, that when economy is expanding, or other way, if I put, economy will only expand when part of financial system related to that economy are also expanding. It could be bank, you can think about insurance, because earlier, if you remember, we only talk about life insurance or some kind of, and now you will find n number of options. So why n number of options are coming? So that risk can be minimized. And how risk is going to be minimized? By you will be paying certain premium for those assets. It means new asset class. So here, if you see, the assets are going to increase, because insurance and other assets, when they are increasing, they are creating a market. If market, it means market is expanding. Why market is expanding? Because your economy is expanding. So that's why all these things are very much interrelated. So we cannot assume any economy which is performing well without the expansion in the financial system, or without the improvement in the financial system. Is there any question? So can you all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, at least, yeah, fine. So this is what primary and secondary market we have already talked about. But basically, why I have shown here both, because when IPO comes in this market, and when IPO is introduced, then we started trading in secondary market. Then IPO converts into stocks, or sometimes we call it shares. So here in both the scenario, in first case, it is very clear that when IPO is being purchased by the investor, they provide, capital to the companies. And in secondary market, can anybody tell how secondary market ensure that fund is being transferred, or resources are transferred from supplier to the borrower? Can anybody explain? In secondary market. Yes, anyone? So my question here is, in primary market, we have seen that, when companies require capital for any reason, could be investment, could be, in that case, company may come to the public, they come with IPO issue, and those who are interested, they will, bid for that. And then it is going to be allocated. So here we can easily see that fund is getting transferred from investor to the company. But how you can show, or how we can say that fund is still transferred, or resources are transferred between borrower and the supplier in secondary market?
So through trading.
And shares are available for trading. Yeah, Anuj.
Yes.
Yeah, Anuj.
So when shares are available for trade, investor. Yes, yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
So when shares are available for trading, the people invest in these shares, the market cap of the company goes up, and funds flow from the investors.
Right. Yeah. Any other way? Other students? One way Anuj has said that when stocks are traded, so what basically happens, companies evaluation, or he used market cap, that is also a proper term. When it is shares are traded, then company's valuation or company is going to be, we can call up to large extent, fairly valued, because chances are very high company is doing well. But when IPO was issued, introduction price was lower than company's fundamental. But unless these are traded, it won't reflect in terms of market cap. Basically, when we say market cap, what we are saying, market cap means number of shares into price. Let's say if 100 rupee is the current price and company has issued, let's say 10,000 shares. So basically 1 lakh will be the 10 lakh would be the value of firm. So this is, we call it market value. So we call it market capitalization, or market cap. Sometimes we call only market cap. So this is basically how company size is being valued in the market. Now, again, coming back to same question, any other way how company is going to get benefit apart from this, fair valuation? Any other way? Vaibhav, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Can you tell how company is going to get benefit apart from this fair valuation?
Sir, public image.
Okay, yeah, fine. How public image will help company? You can take, hypothetical example.
Sir, it might lead to more people buying their stock, not these big investors, but normal common people like us. So
so how company will benefit if, let's say, earlier only 100 investors were trading in particular stock, and now 100 became, let's say, 200. How company will get benefit? Yeah, think about, you are close. Why company and how company will get benefit?
So maybe one way is we retailers associate the image of the company with their stock price. As stock price rise, the perception of our mind becomes better. So we tend to buy those products. For example, we can take example of Reliance. So because of the stock, or if stock performs well, we say that Reliance, we associate the performance of Reliance with the stock price.
Yes,
and we tend to buy.
Right.
Products.
So even if we go with normal demand and supply schedule, or normal demand and supply relationship, when more people are interested to buy, then what will happen? You will have more from demand side. If you have more from demand side, definitely you will find, in case of normal asset class or normal, whatever theory we know related to demand and supply, if demand is more, prices of those assets will go up. So it will only happen when people perceive that company is really doing well. Like, you have taken example of Reliance. If Reliance is really doing well, Reliance has picked good project and investment has been made using, by, capital from, various ways. So in that way, company is going to get benefit. And that's what, and here if you see in secondary market, so in primary market, you have, this investment banker who was performing, this role. And when we talk about, secondary market, we will talking about CDSL. So these kind of institution, these institution will become, very much critical, because through that you are going to trade. And also you think about, you think about a case where, you have within the exchange, or let's say when we talk about NSE or BSE. So within exchange, you have n type of, traders. You have algo trader. You have, FIIs. You have retail trader or retail investor, and we can talk about, some others. So here, if you see the speed, the way they are going to, submit their order and how it is going to be executed. So here, speed of order submission and execution will become important factor. And that speed, it means NSE needs to keep on improving. So that's why, when we talk about, market, so here we can see that capital is being raised. So this is an alternate source for banks, because rather than approaching to the bank, company has taken different route, went to the market, to the public, and raised capital. And in secondary market, what is happening to achieve fair price? And when fair price is being reflected, it will show the, current image of the company. So here, firm's image will reflect, and it will, based on image, it will attract more investment. So here, more investment, because more investor would be, coming forward and they will be buying it. And if you remember, when investment is making, this investment could lead to further borrowing by issuing bond. You think about a case where company is doing very well, and first company, issued first, company issued, IPO, and then when this good image has been created, then subsequent way company raise capital by issuing bond, or when we talk about, private company, we call it debenture. So here you can see how primary market and secondary market together helping, investors, at the same time companies, for sharing resources basis. And that's how, and unless NSE is doing well, unless we have good, underwriter or various financial institutions, this kind of activity cannot be performed. And that's why, financial role of financial institution and financial system as a whole becomes very important. So this is how, there are various instruments we will be talking about more in detail. But in general, when we talk about market, we can classify into two categories: money market. So when we say money market, it is, more liquid market in terms of liquidity, and also in terms of investment horizon, we call it short term. Why short term? Because all these instruments, so these are basically, these are all these terms majorly are, from your, prescribed textbook. So that's why you have federal fund, treasury bill, but we also have, government securities, repurchase agreement. We also have commercial paper. So more or less same names, we also have in India. And when we talk about, capital market, so by name itself, it is relatively less liquid. Why? Because of long term in nature. So when companies, so by looking at this, time period, you can think of two type of market. Either company can approach to money market when they need capital for short term. Company, individual, government, all these are basically institutions. They require money for, running their activities. And when they need long term, for example, here when we, government wants to go for long term, borrowing, government bonds are issued. And we will, in one of the session when we talk about bond, I'll also show you what different type of bonds are available in India. We will go to, bond market, live bond market, and we will see. So, and this is corporate stock. This is nothing but share. Mortgage in India, we don't have that much market, but in US and many developed countries, we have, mortgage market. Treasury bond, this is basically long-term government bonds, and, various loans. So, so basically these are long-term in nature. So based on the requirement, whether borrower requires short-term, in that case, he or she can approach to money market, and considering the various tools or instruments available, those can be issued, and then capital can be raised. So already we talked about financial institution, and when we talk about their role, their main role is assisting the both parties. We have n number of financial institution. You can
Sir, you are not audible.